For the last couple of years, I have been running some tests on Trident maples and a few other species in my grow operation where I've been trying to figure out exactly which type of cut paste to best use as I transition these trees from the field grown operation into more of a bonsai state. After running this test for 2 years, expecting to find an answer to the best kind of cut paste, what I found was something else entirely. Now, the three cut pastes that I'm talking about are all from Japan. They are Calusmate, Kirikuchi Naoru, and liquid cut paste. If you were going to search for cut paste because you had a similar problem to this, you might find these among a few other types of products, and you're probably wondering which one of them is best, which one is going to most quickly and beautifully heal the wound on your trunk. In my tests for the last couple of years, I didn't have Calusmate, so let's set that aside. But in addition to these two actual cut pastes, I have been using this, which is Japanese bath caulk. And the only reason that I bought this was that it was recommended by a professional who had recently come back from Japan. And I was curious as to whether or not this would have the same type of effect. The key difference between something like bath caulk and something like these cut pastes is that this is largely comprised of silicone compounds. Silicone is not going to be eaten by any sort of microorganisms or slugs or snails or anything like that. Meanwhile, these guys are made out of polyvinyl acetate, aka wood glue or school glue. It's all the same base, essentially water and that glue component. This one is largely inflexible once it is dry, and it purports to contain some hormone that will help to heal your wounds faster. This one stays slightly more flexible when it has dried, and so I suspect that it also, in addition to the polyvinyl acetate, contains some small portion of silicone. Now, in my tests, I made some really big wounds, and that's because some of the trees that I was dealing with had large escape branches that caused taper problems. And in order to correct those taper problems, I needed to carve away large chunks of wood and then get the tree to heal over those large chunks. I applied a regular thickness application of these two things as well as the bath caulk in most of my tests. And in addition to that, I also left some wounds untreated, as you see here. I did not meaningfully use the paste version or putty version of cut paste, although I have used it in the past. I relied mostly on those liquids as my primary testing. On this field-grown Trident, there are two large wounds here, kind of in close proximity to each other. This wound went all the way from up in here down through and widens out into this section. And you can see that there has been some good healing. And this is what the liquid cut paste looks like after it has cured, that lighter color. Now, you may notice that there's been some decent callousing here, but the larger portion of the wound has not healed. This tree has remained in this terracotta grow container for the entire time that these wounds have been healing. And while I've let escape branches run, which I have now actually cut back and sealed with the Kirikuchi Naoru more recently, they did not get the job done in terms of completely healing these wounds. I've also sealed both fresh and older wounds on trees like Korean hornbeam and Japanese maples with this same type of cut paste and seen about the same results for both of those. With the Kirikuchi Naoru, I have seen that small to medium-sized wounds on trees that are growing in containers have calloused over and started to heal reasonably well. I can't tell whether the thickness of the application of this liquid is having any real effect on the amount of callousing that is going on, even though potentially that is one of the benefits of using this as a cut sealant. I've also found that the wounds on some trees have healed entirely when using this, and those wounds closed very cleanly and looked really good. Some of the biggest wounds that I made, I used the Japanese bath caulk on them, and for the most part, the results have been similar to the results that I've seen with the other cut sealants. There has been good closing on some wounds and moderate closing on others. And large wounds obviously take a lot longer to heal under certain circumstances, and I've seen that this has worked well as a sealant. Finally, let's not forget that not sealing wounds is an option. And you see here a tree that has this large unsealed wound on it. There has been almost no healing, but this tree has been in a container actually for a while, smaller than this one, and it was being cut back on a regular basis rather than the tree being allowed to run wild for a while. So the results of all this testing indicate that the most important variable to optimize when it comes to healing large wounds and even small wounds on trees is the vigor and health of the plant that is healing those wounds. The trees that I have escape rooting into the ground and being allowed to completely blow out on the top, usually multiple sacrifice branches, have entirely healed wounds as big as 3 or even 4 inches in diameter, while trees that have been confined to containers and regularly cut back have failed to heal the wounds, or have healed the wounds partially but not to the same extent as the ones that are in the ground. So lots of sun, lots of fertilization, lots of room to grow, and optimizing for the growth of the plant is the largest lever that you have in terms of healing wounds on a bonsai tree. That means that you're not really going to be able to keep it in a tiny little container if you want to heal wounds in a short period of time. Obviously, you can heal wounds over a longer period of time and use different techniques, but the clarity of the results from this test seem to speak for themselves. So does it even matter whether we use cut paste on our wounds on trees? I think the answer is it actually does matter still. The key aspect to using cut paste is that immediately after making the wound, you need to seal the edges. That is going to keep the cambium layer from dying back away from the edge like it has on this wound and on many others that I have done and failed to seal, and allow the cambial tissue to begin rolling over the wound more quickly. That savings in time is real, and I think that it is the main advantage of using cut paste or any type of wound sealant on bonsai trees as you're trying to get past these hurdles. The other thing that cut sealant or cut paste does for the wound is to keep excess water out. As soon as you make a wound like this, the wood that is left on the cut is starting to weather and rot. Initially, that might just look like a little bit of cracking or something like that. And then as it progresses, that cracking will widen and more water will get into the wound, and eventually you'll end up with a rotted out trunk that you either need to then fill in with something artificial or carve into something else. So largely for deciduous trees like this, it's best to seal those wounds, particularly if you are in an environment where the wood is more prone to rotting than it is for me here in California. If you'd like to share your experience with different types of cut paste, please put that in the comments below. In an upcoming video, I'm also going to be covering how you optimize the cuts and where they are and how you treat them before you use the cut paste to speed along this process further. What's even better than the best way to heal the most perfectly prepared wound on your tree? It's not having to heal a wound at all. And you can accomplish that, or at least minimize the number of wounds that you have to heal, by making a really careful plan and then executing it over many years. If you want to see more about that, check out that video right there.